So this is like basically like our online office. And in here you have where it says my website. So you want to make sure it says, you set up your English. So if you've never done this before, you just basically plug it in, pretty simple. This is a picture of me from like 6 years ago. Like I had dark hair. I think it's in 2010, so 7 years ago. I haven't changed it since. It's not a big deal what the picture is. But basically this is your website that you're going to give to other people when they ask about, joining the team or a challenge pack or anything like that. And this is your website. So it's beachbodycoach.com/your screen name. So you can change your screen name. I do recommend that you have it your name. That way when you give it to somebody, they're like, okay, this is the right website because it says your name attached to it. Okay, so in here, so that's right under my websites. And then the other tool that you are going to want to use as a new coach is under news and training, and then under training. And then it says getting started and then coach. So the first, as you go through these, we're going to go through these in Coach Basics, but these are good references. We as a team just decided to make our own Coach Basics because we really wanted to give you guys like help with not having to recreate the wheel. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna mute guys. Okay. We just wanted to give you guys basically tools to not have to recreate the wheel. So I'm going to go over the actual guide that I use when I'm talking to people, and then how I can help you guys find those people and find your niche. But these are awesome references. So under coach, it just says know this, learn how, and then it goes over like a memory jogger, how you would invite things. This is a really good one to look at is how you earn as a coach, like how you can earn. The first way you earn as a coach is we all earn 25% to 40% commission off of anything that people buy from us. So a challenge pack, Shakeology, somebody ordered a all access challenge pack through you would earn $50. So if you sold 3 of those in a month and helped 3 people, you would earn $150. And that's kind of the cool thing. You pay for your shake, your business fee. Basically, you're drinking your shake for free. And that's kind of what the first step is. I tell new coaches is shoot for helping 3 people a month. Why you want to drink Shakeology, and then kind of like the daily things that you should do to start to build your business, like connecting with 3 people, 3 people a month, inviting them to challenge group, personal development, enrolling in your Coach Basics, which you guys are already doing right now. The National Wake Up Call is an awesome call that is on Mondays at 11, and they have recordings, but it's basically like top people getting on, telling people exactly what they did to build the business. Okay. So this guide I'm going to post in the Coach Basics. It's like a 30-day action plan, whether you are restarting over or you're a brand new coach. This is really, really essential is your why. Why do you become a Beachbody coach? And I tell people all the time, your why is not helping people. That is what we do as coaches. You would not become a coach if you didn't want to help people. A lot of people in this profession are, teachers, nurses, moms, and we have that, you become a coach because you want to help somebody else because it helped you, your coach helped you feel a certain way, and that's why you decided to become a coach. So you join because you want to help people. Your why is something that is financially or it can be emotionally attached. My why was I just got to a point where I just didn't want to do the grind every single day, working like 9 to 6 o'clock, picking my kids up at daycare, only seeing them for an hour a day. Like I wanted something more after I started working. And so for me, it was like, I wanted to pay off my SUNY Cortland loans. And they, so that was one of the big things is I wanted to start to pay off my student loans. And I wanted to do it before I turned 45, I think is when I was estimated to pay it off. So it can be something financial. It could be something that, you want to, eventually maybe you're a teacher and you have to work summer and you don't want to work this summer, but writing it down and putting it somewhere in your face is going to help you on the days when you don't want to do the little things that help you, move your business forward. And once you get in the momentum of doing your business, it's actually really, really fun. Like it is fun checking in with Challenger, fun talking to people. When you become more consistent, it's something that you just start to inevitably do, and the momentum starts to build up. So this guide I will post in the group, and you can actually just fill it out, and then you can like save it as a PDF. So your first 30-day goals is, you want to help 3 people with a challenge pack. So you're going to hear a lot in the group about Success Club. I'm a pretty simple person. When I started, I was like, I was working full time, I have kids. I'm like, just tell me what I need to do on a monthly basis, and that's going to be my goal. And my coach was like, you just need to hit Success Club. And I was like, okay, so what does that mean? And she was like, you have to help 3 people a month with a challenge pack, whether they sign up as a coach. Oh, hi, Stacy. You see on there. And then, or whether they sign up as a challenger. So it could be either way. You get 2 points to become a coach, and you get 2 Success Club points if they are a challenger, and you just basically want to try to hit 6 points in a month. So helping 3 people a month is going to help you move your business forward. And you're doing, once you do that consistently over time, that's really going to start to build your business up. And then I just put in like, what is your goal? Like, you guys can fill this out yourself, stick to a fitness program and drink Shakeology. So obviously if somebody's going to want to do Beachbody, they could go to Amazon, they could go find somebody that, P90X, Beachbody, but they're going to join because they want to join you. They want to be a part of your circle or your experience, or you guys are like, this is so fun, let's do this. Like, they're joining because they want to be a part of it with you. So obviously doing a fitness program is really important. You don't have to post every single day that you worked out. Some days you struggle, some days you're not, but you're trying to stick to P90X3 or PiYo, or maybe you're doing the pregnancy workout or whatever it is. You're just you're showing up in your challenge groups. And then it just plugs in like little action steps that you can stick to each day to help you stay consistent. And then my time. So this is something that was like really, really my biggest excuse was I don't have time. I'm like, I don't have time working. So I was like, okay, if I really thought about it, I do have time. Like, I don't have to, watch Netflix at night from 8 to 9, or I could get up a little bit early and do my workout and then invite people. So doing pockets of time, so you can just put your time in there. And like I said, it's just little power hours here and there that's really going to help you start to build the business. Commitments. And then these are just some other things. Are you in your Coach Basics? Are you in a challenge group? And then are you connected to your team page? Getting on team calls and listening to team calls. It just really helps with feeling like you're a part of the team and you're in the community. Okay, so this is that guide. I'm going to post that in the Coach Basics. And then obviously the 4 vitals, which I'm sure, raise your hand if you've heard these already. You're going to hear these like 6 years later. It's like, this is the secret. When everyone's like, how did you build your business? I'm like, no, this is the secret. Is literally the 4 vitals, doing them consistently and doing them when you want to and when you don't want to do them. That's the key part. When you don't want to do them, you do them anyways. And you do them because of your why. So basically same exact things, be proof of the product, invite people to, maybe you have a sneak peek, or maybe you have a free group, or, you have a coaching, thing. Just invite people. And I know, I think this is probably number 2 is the one that people are most fearful is the inviting. But once you start to do it and you just become okay with no, and hearing no over and over again, you're going to get to a yes. I can't even tell you, probably 90% of my team told me no at least 3 times first. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to follow up with you again. And then they eventually either became a coach or joined a challenge group. So no means not right now. So we're grown up to like hear no, and we think it's a bad thing, but really it's not that bad at all. I equivalent it to my 5-year-old who literally will ask me 10 times for a cookie. And I'm like, no, 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 no. And then finally I'm like, yes, fine. Like, just I'll do it. So it's kind of the same thing. And then recognition, our team's really good about that, you know, recognizing people in your challenge group. And then personal development, which is really, really important. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people will skip on. But personal development is pretty big to the business. Okay, so I'm going to give you, let's see, let me first talk about finding your niche of people. Okay, so when I first started, I was kind of like posting all over the place. Like I would just take anybody and everybody. Like I didn't really figure out who I was, because it's really, you know, we are Beachbody coaches, but people are going to join you because of you. So finding your niche is really important, because those are the people that you're going to start to attract. Those are the people that you're going to be a part of your team, which is so funny because a lot of people are from like SUNY Cortland or college, or you know, I have people that have moms, or they're, you know, a lot of them are like, they were part of a team, like a community or a sports team, and they left college and it's like gone, like there's no part of it. So finding out who you are is really important. So what I want you guys to do is just write down really quickly, like 4 things or 5 things that you like besides Beachbody. Like I'm a boy mom. Like sometimes I'm a hot mess. I love Netflix. Probably why I love Amazon. Probably why I love Beachbody on Demand, because it's just like so easy. And like you're like 3, 2, 1, and then the next show comes on, and I'm like, damn it, no. Amazon Prime, ambitious. I like people who are ambitious, that are like self-starters, easygoing. I like luxuries, like getting my hair done, nails, coffee. So just write some of those things down that you are, and these are the things that you want to look for in your niche, and those are the things that you want to start to attract, or look at hashtags on Instagram, hot mess, Netflix, you know, mom luxury, like whatever you wrote down. Those are the things that you want to start to look, because it's going to be so much easier to find those people and connect with them, because you have something in common. So I just put these pictures on here because these are people on our team that are like completely different than me, but they are just as successful with this business. So this is my brother and my cousin, and they're like, you know, not married. They're like traveling all over the world. Like I can't do that right now, but they're doing it because they're attracting those people that want to do those things. And then this is my younger sister who started the business when she was 23. Like all of her niche and people are exactly like her. Like they're all in their young 20s, just maybe got out of college, don't have kids. It's like, I feel like when I meet her team, I'm like, I feel like I'm meeting my sister. Like, I'm like, how did you find these people? And that's because she was targeting her niche of people. This is Amy Morgan and Sarah Marshall's team. And, you know, they have I think Amy's a mom of 3. She has a new daughter. Sarah is a counselor, so she has a lot of people in like the health field. So it doesn't matter who you are, you can be successful with this business. You just have to figure out who you are first, and that's what you're posting about, because that's the people that you're going to attract. This is kind of cool. Have you guys ever heard of like a personality test, or like your personality? So I didn't even hear about this until Beachbody, but basically there's like 4 different types of personalities. There's an emerald, who's like facts and figures and spreadsheets. And that's usually a lot of times like that's my husband. Like he's like money in, money out. Like, you know, you can't do this till we do this. And then there's a pearl personality that doesn't like confrontation. They're really shy. A ruby personality is like a very motivated, money-driven person. They're very like they just go with, they don't have to like read all of Coach Basics first. They just like start to do it first. And then there's a sapphire that loves like live events. Like they like anything that's fun. They're like, you know, if the challenge groups are fun, if they go to Super Saturday and everyone's jumping up and down, like they're like the life of the party. So it's kind of fun to figure out like who you are. You don't have to be like one certain thing. You can be a mixture of others. But when you're working with different people, you might start to figure out that people are different than you, like everyone's different. So if I have somebody that's asking a million questions about the challenge pack and like breaking down the price and all that, I'm like, oh, they're definitely an emerald. I just need to give them some more information. Like it's just part of their personality. If you have, somebody that's just like wants to be on live events and, they're super like energetic, I'm like, I got to get them in a live coaching call because I feel like that would be something fun for them. So just figuring out your personality and just knowing that everyone's a little bit different. So when you're talking to somebody, they're going to have different types. Okay. So this is what we did, find your niche. So who are you? Write down 5 things. Who is your target audience or your people? How are you going to find them and approach these people? So that was one of the biggest things for me. I'm like, how am I going to find these people? Like, I was like, it's just me and like my mom as my coach. I'm like, how am I going to find these people? I'm like, okay, I wasn't yet comfortable talking to people in person. So I'm like, maybe I could do it on social media. And then I would feel a bit more comfortable, get a couple, challengers and coaches. And then I can start to talk to it as people, with, joining different groups and things like that. People would start to ask me about my results. What is their biggest fear or obstacle? So we're trying to like obviously solve a solution for somebody, right? Like when I came into this, my biggest fear was I don't want to work, 10-hour days and not see my kids. And I don't want to be broke living paycheck to paycheck. And my other obstacle was like, I just couldn't even go to the gym. Like I was like, I'm like in these mom jeans and I'm frumpy and fat and it's like the way my life's going to be. So those were like my biggest fears coming in. And so my coach had a solution. She was like, this is an opportunity to earn income and then do this workout program and you won't feel frumpy anymore. So those are the solutions that you're offering people. How can you make them solve their problem or offer them solution? What makes you stand out and help them over others? One of the things is just showing up and being consistent. It's funny that a lot of people will watch you for like 4 to 6 months before ever joining you. And then you'd be surprised. You didn't even know that they were watching you, but people are watching. They notice what you're doing. Okay. So, this is just an example of like, I'm just every time I post on social media, I'm talking to Sarah. Like this is these are the person that I am like looking for on my team. Like they love to travel. They like wine. They like to have fun. They want financial freedom. They struggle with anxiety, things like that. So that's like the person that I'm talking to every time I post. All right. So I will post that in the group. And then I'll very quickly go over how you would find, okay. So I'm a big believer and it's not, do you guys have any questions about finding your niche before I move on to this next one? Does that make sense? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so this is my to-do list. Whenever I sit down at the computer, I have this, I just pulled this right up and I posted this in the Coach Basics. And what I did this, 5 years ago, and I still use this to-do list today. I only had like 2 hours to work, like an hour in the morning to work. And I sat down and I was like, okay, did I do my personal development? And if I didn't, then I did it. Did I do my workout? If I didn't, then I'd try to squeeze it in. Did I post on social media? If I didn't, I would do my workout, maybe post something about it and then share it. I have a really good posting guide that I can share for you guys. And one of the, as a new coach, I was pretty fearful of posting. I didn't want to I never really posted on social media. I had like 300 friends. So I started to just be more comfortable posting in my challenge groups to help me become more comfortable of like how I would word it and, stuff like that. And then I would use this guide that I will post that basically was like on Monday, post something that you did fun over the weekend. On Tuesday, post like your Shakeology that you started drinking. On Wednesday, maybe do a post about your workout. Thursday, do a transformation Thursday. Friday, do something fun that you're doing that that weekend. So it wasn't just all about Beachbody. It's just kind of sharing your life and that this is a part of something that you're doing and it's helping you. Invite people to join your challenge group, message people who like your posts. So anybody who likes one of your posts, you can reach out to them. And it's pretty simple. I just say, hey, Sarah, thanks so much for liking my post. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. Something like that. Or maybe you're going through your friends list and you haven't talked to somebody in forever because you went to college with them. You can just say, hey, we haven't talked in forever. How are things going? And you're just starting a conversation with that person. Pretty simple. Another great way to reach out to people is birthdays. And then, any follow-ups that you have. So on this guide, I just have a couple different ways that I invite people. They're pretty self-explanatory. One of the ones I like to invite people to is, a specific thing. So we're really lucky that we have a big team that runs challenge groups. Don't worry about inviting somebody to a challenge group because there's always going to be a challenge group available. I just pretty much do an ongoing challenge group. So if you ever need one, you can always join mine, or I'm sure your coach has one of their upline. We have once a week or once a month, we run a coach sneak peek where we go live, and that's in the coach group too. And so ours is starting on Monday, and I basically am just kind of asking people, hey, if they like my photo, or maybe I'll just reach out to them and be like, hey, I'd love to get you into this coach sneak peek. I think you would be an awesome part of our team. And a lot of times people just don't know what coaching is, or they don't think that they would be a good coach, but anyone can be a coach. Everyone starts as a customer. It's just about supporting people. So why not ask that person to check it out? And then they can kind of go through the 5-day sneak peek and learn more about it. And then on this guide, I basically just go over, how I would ask them about if they're interested, or how I would ask them about their goals. So, asking about their fitness goals. I never miss this step because I think that's really important, is asking somebody, what are your health and fitness goals? And then they can you'd be surprised, people will really open up about what they're working on or what they want to accomplish. And then I kind of go into what it's about. That's a video. And then I kind of explain the price. But I want to figure out what their obstacle is so that I can offer them a solution. Because remember, we're looking to give them a solution because this is something that gave us a solution. So unless we know what their obstacles are, we can't offer them a solution to how this group could help them, because they need to verbally say it out loud. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to tone up. I want to lose the baby weight, whatever it is that person is working on. And then on here is the step-by-step how you would give them so that they would order the All Access Challenge Pack, and then they would join your group. And one of the key things in this business is that the fortune is in the follow-up. The magic number for some reason for people to actually join your challenge group is 7. And it's not because they don't want to join your group, and it's not because they don't really want to do it. It's because people are busy. They don't use Facebook the way that we are using it. And sometimes they're just getting out of the car and they see your message, but then they don't respond. So you think that they saw it, but you're like, okay, well, they don't want to do this. But really, they just didn't have a second to respond. I can't tell you how many people that I'll follow up with for the 4th, 5th time. And they're like, thank you so much, Annie. I'm definitely I'm not ready to do it this month, but can you please check up with me, in July or it's August, because I have this wedding coming up in October and I really need to get back on track. So these are just different follow-ups that I gave you, got different options, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, price objections, if they say anything about price. So basically anything you ever wanted is on this guide. And then we'll go over that one next time. So have you guys seen this before? Yeah? Okay, cool. And you can just look it over. It's a Google Doc, so you can actually, if you have Google Doc on your phone, you can save it on your phone. And that's really something that's has really, really helped me, is just having this. It's not like you're a robot when you're talking to the person. You're going to have a conversation, but then you're like, okay, how do I guide the conversation? What do I say next? Those are some of the things that, as a new coach, even today, I'm like, okay, what's the next step, you know? The next thing is tracking. So, let's go over some ways that you can find different people. Okay. So obviously the easiest way to probably find, how do I do? The easiest way to, I want to stop sharing for a second. Okay. The easiest way to find other people is going through your friends list. On Facebook, making a memory jogger of 50 people, just writing down anybody that you think would benefit from this program. I personally love the feature. Do you guys have Messenger on your phone from Facebook? Yeah. So on Messenger, there's a little thing that says, if you go on to Messenger, it says people. Probably can't see it, but it says people. And it actually lists your Facebook friends in alphabetical order. So, which is cool. So I just basically would start with A and be like, hey, Allison. I'd look at their page and be like, hey, we haven't caught up in a while. How are things going? And start a conversation. Be like, I'm doing this new thing. I just joined this new challenge group. I'm wondering if you would be interested in learning more about it. Stuff like that. So if starting a list, going through the list of your friends is probably the number one thing I would recommend starting to do. But then there's, you also want to, you can find other people out on social media that you can start to ask as well. So going into different, one of the things that I first did was I went into a mom's group in Auburn and I was like, okay, I'm going to go in this group and I'm going to start to friend people and talk to them. And I actually got a lot of new customers and a lot of coaches. One of my, she's not a mom, but Michelle Phillips was somebody that I found through a mom. Like I found somebody that did my challenge group. She became a discount coach and she actually sponsored Michelle Phillips, who really wanted to do the business, and brought in other girls in the team. So, joining different groups, different things that you like, if you like to go hiking, there's so many people on social media and so many people that are trying to work on their health and fitness and would benefit from one of our groups. Whenever I'm like, I don't want to send this invite, or I feel like I don't want to send this, I'm like, well, what if my coach never sent me an invite? Or what if my coach never asked me, she literally asked me for 3 years, but what if they never did? I wouldn't be home with my kids. I wouldn't, be probably in one of the best shapes of my life in like my 30s. I wouldn't have gone through this journey of meeting all these people. So whenever I feel myself like I don't want to send this, or, I'm like, okay, let go of your ego, Annie, just send the freaking thing. You never know if it can help somebody's, family. You could become best friends with this person. So that's one of the things that I always tell myself when I'm, sending the invites out. So let me just quickly show you guys. There's different groups. Like one I'm in, there's like, you can search forever. Like there's I'm in moms and dads toddler group, and there's like 4,000 people in here. It'd probably take me forever to like talk to these 4,000 people. But what I usually do is I will click on the members and I'll just go through and I'll kind of look for people that I feel like are my niche, I'm not like men are, not really my niche. So I probably wouldn't friend men, but, somebody, like her, and I just basically just like send them a friend request. I'll shoot it out and I'll probably do like 5, maybe like 10 of these a day. And maybe get like 2-3 new friend requests. And then once I get a friend request, I'll just go to my friends list, hit recently added. And then these are all the people that have recently accepted my friend request in the past couple of days. So I just send them a quick message and say, an example. hey, thanks so much for showing me love on my page. So she liked something, and then I reached out to her about it. Sometimes I'll just say like, hey Heather, thanks so much for the ad. It looks like we have a lot in common. I'm looking forward to getting to know you. I hope you have a great day. And that's all I say. And then they're like, thanks. And then we're friends on Facebook, and they might see, I might go back to them later, and we might have a conversation. I might invite them to a challenge group. So this is just such a great tool because there's so many people on social media. So if you don't want to start with friends and family, there's so many other people out there that could use this support through the groups. Okay, and that's it. And then so the rest of this week is kind of just basically going over what I just kind of shared with you guys, Success Club, invites. So you'll definitely have like a better feel for when you're watching the videos again, things will start to click a little bit more. But the big concept of this business is that you do not have to go out and sponsor the world of coaches in order to create a six-figure business. And this is something, that my coach told me, because I was like, well, I can't go out there and sign all these coaches. I've been a coach for 5 years. I've personally sponsored probably 50 coaches, which you think if you looked at the span of that, it's probably like two to three coaches, maybe 2 coaches a month. But I have on my team over almost 2,000 coaches. And that's because my coaches are going out and finding other people. So I might personally sponsor, let's say Julie, or I personally sponsored Julie's aunt, and she went out and she found Julie. And then Julie can go out and she can find her friends. And that's how your team starts to grow. It's not you doing all the work. It's a team effort. So the 2 ways that you earn are 25% to 40% commission off of a challenge pack or any sales. And the second way that you earn through residual income is you get about 5% of everything that any coach does in your downline. So 5% off of 2,000 people every single week is the residual income that you're getting. So last month, I helped 3 people with a challenge pack, which I didn't sell like barely anything. I sold 3 things all month. But each month, so that was the one way that I earned, was the 25% commission, which every single week, it's like maybe one person I'm helping. You're not going out and selling to the whole world. You're helping 1 or 2, one person, 3 people a month. And then the second part that you earn is the team bonus part, which is the 5% off of your whole team. So obviously at first, when I first started my first year, I only had I had 2 coaches, and then I had 10. And then those 10 went out and found 10, and that was 100. And then those 100 went out and found 100. And that's, it kind of is like a little bit of a ripple effect. So everybody's doing a little bit every single day. And that's why you see the coaches that are in it for 2-3 years are the ones that, it's not like a short-term sort of thing. So if you can't, I didn't sell anything my first 3 years, and I'm still here. So don't, people will need to get to know you a little bit. They need to see that you're sticking around. As long as you show up and you're consistent and you're doing the vitals and you're inviting people and you're in your challenge groups, and you're just doing a little bit each day, it's eventually going to start to really add up. So that's it. Do you guys have any questions that you can, think of? I'm sure once we get off this call, you might have questions. So if you want to ask in the group, you definitely can. Anyone?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You had mentioned that you're a part of the mom groups, the mom, dad, and toddlers. Is it too bold to post on one of those groups just a brief explanation of what we do?
So a lot of those groups actually, like, it will say like, no soliciting, no posting. I personally have never done that. What I usually do is just do it individually. And I think because like when you're talking to somebody individually and like then you go through the steps of asking them their goals, and it's probably more likely that you'll get them to join one of your free groups or your challenge groups. So yeah. And usually the admins will just take it down, I think.
Okay. I've never the group, so
That's a good question though.
I also wanted to tell you that I'm from Ithaca. I know some of you were from
Oh yeah. You're our rival.
Yeah.
The Corner Jug. Did you go to? My husband went to Cornell. Did you go to? Where do you go to?
My parents live in Ithaca.
Oh,
That's where we used to live.
cool. Oh,
My husband's stationed at Fort Drum in Watertown, so we live here now. But
oh, cool.
yeah.
Nice. A lot of upstate people.
Yes.
Right. Any other? Yeah. I think you can just. Yeah. You go ahead.
I have someone who wants to do a trial, and I was thinking about just adding them to, it's actually 2 people, adding them to our challenge group, the one that just started, or is there a better way to add them? Because there's not really a trial. I'm like, oh.
I just muted myself. So wait, they want to do a like a sneak peek, like see what it's about.
Yeah, she's been interested for like a long time, and I'm like, you're gonna love this. It's not just the 21-day fix, it's like the whole kit and caboodle. So she's really excited, but she's like, so how do I start? Is there a trial? And I'm like,
So you could do two things. You could either just you could add her to my what is a challenge group sneak peek.
Okay.
Which I'll add you in, and then you can put her in there because we actually go through like what it is.
Okay.
You know, like how we run a challenge group.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I will add them into the challenge group and just be like, look around, and then after a day or two, I'll like take them out or ask them about it. But I always, when people say they want to do a trial, I'm like, well, I kind of break it down. I'm like, it's $160. It's your meal for the month. Every single day, you get access to Beachbody on demand for the entire year.
Right.
You get the containers, and you get a 100% 30-day money back guarantee.
Right.
You can literally try a challenge group for 30 days, and if you don't get results and you can drink the whole bag, you could still get your money back.
Right.
And that could be your trial.
That's what I'm gonna try to push her towards, because she's been like on the fence since I started 2 years ago, and then fell off. But she's like dying to do it, and so I just wanted to start because I know she's gonna love it.
Yeah. So I'll add you to my what is a challenge group sneak peek, and then you could add her in there.
Okay.
So she can kind of see about it. Yeah. Sometimes like they just need like a push over there, or like they're sitting on the fence, like you're like, just do it. Good question. Any other questions? I think we have 2 girls on here that just are going to hit Emerald. Is Ella on here? Yay. And Julie? Yay. So if you guys, so this is something, we'll go over next week too, but when you become a coach, the first way you earn as a coach, you can do the commission. When you become an Emerald coach, which is just personally sponsoring 2 other coaches. So you yourself are an active coach, and then you have 2 personally sponsored active coaches. Then you become an Emerald coach, which is the next rank. And that's the rank that you get to start to go into that next phase of the team bonus, team cycling. Kind of like the best way I describe it is like you're a car right now sitting in the driveway. And then when you turn on the engine, like with the keys, and you back out, that's when you become an Emerald, and you're like, on your way sort of. So congratulations, guys. It's exciting. So, all right. So I'll post this recording, and if you guys have any questions, I will do another call next week, and you can always ask in Coach Basics. Okay. Well, thanks so much for getting on, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.